Hello everyone, welcome. This will be a review for the Moondrop Aria. This is one IEM that when it came out, I announced it and it really gathered a lot of views on the channel, gathered a lot of attention, obviously, for the right reasons. It's made by Moondrop. They were coming from their SSR and SSP earphones that did relatively okay, but had mixed reviews. They didn't really stick with a lot of audience, so they released the Aria. Technically, the Aria 2 is successor to the previous Aria that was just a regular earbud like style earphone. So this is the Aria 2, and here we are today. It really looks like a Moondrop Starfield and the KSXXS earphone. It's just that it has its own shell, its own new shell. So in terms of build quality, I would say this is an A1. The build quality on this earphone is fantastic. In fact, it's one of the best. I will even go as far as saying the best earphone I've purchased that has the best build quality. The metal construction on this is fantastic. I really like the build quality. The build quality is wonderful. The cable it comes with, it's not horrible, but it's not great. I actually had to put the cable on my 10 hi-fi earphone, one of my 10 hi-fi earphones, and that's where it will be for forever. The cable I'm using on it is a wireless Bluetooth cable made by KBEAR. I'll leave a link to the KBEAR cable. You are better suited to buy this cable to pair with it, and I'll give you my reasons. Now, in terms of the ear tips it came with, I didn't use any one of them. The ear tips that is on it is from KBEAR. This is the KBEAR ear tip that came with the KS1 earphone, and I'm using it here. It has a wide bore nozzle, like it gives an opening to allow the pure sound come out of it, and there is no obstruction to the sound. So let's go on to the sound quality. This is where this earphone falls short in my hierarchy of earphones. I was really expecting this to be a very, very solid sounding earphone, considering the hype, considering the push, and considering its sales, because I've seen the sales. Moondrop is really doing well with the sales of this particular earphone, but the sound quality is not that good. The Harman curve tuning has never been a tuning that I actually liked. People hype that tuning, saying it's like the most natural. Look guys, that's not the most natural sound you can get, and it's not the best tuning. And the Moondrop Aria just proved it, because it's a Harman tuned earphone that is very sloppy in the bass. The bass is very sloppy. It doesn't have any dynamic hit to it. Another misleading thing that Moondrop put out for this earphone that a lot of people need to know is that this earphone is very difficult to drive. Very, very difficult to drive. When I mean difficult, I'm not saying it's crazy power hungry, but an LG phone, even in high impedance, will not get this to the best potential. It will still sound dull. Even my topping amps, I nearly ran them at 3 o'clock. That's almost at max. That's the NX one, and that's a 150 milliwatts amp to actually get this to start sounding decent. And the worst of it all was for movies. Where this earphones fall short is that it lacks every form of dynamics for movies. The way I test movies is I use most action films, like I used Godzilla versus Kong, the Godzilla versus Kong. Then I use the latest film, Tomorrow War, to test how good this film is in how good this earphone is for movies. It is not good for movies at all. The imaging on it is wonky. It is not that precise, and it lacks dynamics. You see, you may not have a 3D holographic image to your sound, but once you can at least have dynamics to exploit the full potential of a mix, a movie mix or a game mix, your earphone is complete. You can have a wonky mids, not the best highs, but if you have dynamics, explosivity, that makes you a very top-notch earphone. Unlike other reviewers on YouTube, they don't always use movies to review anything they review, which is headphones and earphones, which blows my mind, because majority of people that buy these IEMs and headphones and even all these expensive IEMs, they mostly buy it so that they can listen to high quality movies on their devices. Nobody just sits down and listen to music all day. The misconception people make is that they give these people illusion that these earphones sound very good for music. And make no mistake about it, this earphone is very okay for music. It's not great for music, but it's okay. It is clear enough. But the problem here is the fact that if you use this to listen to music, you would think the bass from it is okay. The bass is sloppy, and the way you know it's sloppy is when you play a movie soundtrack through it. When a movie based soundtrack moves through it, you now know how sloppy it is. I will compare it with the other earphones that I have that are within its price range and even cheaper, that is better, way better than it. Look, the build quality on the Moondrop is wonderful. It is well made. It is by far the best well made earphone I've pretty much had in my collection right now, and it boggles my mind how you get a build quality this fine with a mediocre sound quality. It really blows my mind. The sound quality is quite mediocre. Now, I know people would ask, why are you having it on a Bluetooth wireless setup? Didn't you try it in regular wired mode? Of course, I did try it in wired mode. I upgraded the cable. I used a silver cable for it. It didn't, and I'm talking about high quality 8-core Limpid Pro silver cable. I used it on it. It still didn't really do magic wonders for it. In fact, I preferred it with this setup more than plugging it to an amp. The reason being that because it lacks explosivity and dynamics, I can use it at the low volume that it's playing at just for my regular videos on YouTube. I use it now to watch YouTube videos, regular podcast, and listen to audio reports. That's what I use it for. I can't use this for music because it lacks explosivity. It is not as clear as my other earphones. It is other earphones. I don't want to call their names because I will do a separate comparisons against other earphones in its price range. The thing here is the fact that if you lack dynamics, you start having a little bit of constraint to what you can do in sound. Now let's talk about the mids. The mids here is good. It's not great, but it's good. It's clear. It's clear, but it is not musical like I would want it to be. But it's clear. It's very clear. It's clear, but it doesn't have that musicality or resolution that I need from mids. It has a very okay mid. I would say an okay mid. The mids is nothing to write home about, because in fact, if the mids were great, I would pretty much share it in my movie soundtrack, and it is not there. It really isn't there, and it's sad. It's really sad because this particular earphone really had potential to be hyped by me. I really had the potential. The build quality is wonderful, and I really like it. It's a beautiful earphone, but the mids is okay. It's not the best. The highs, on the other hand, is rolled off. It doesn't have sibilance, which is a good thing. It has a dark tuning, so the highs is rolled off. You don't get peaks, which is a good thing. The problem with the highs is that it's too dull, and I think it's where it's from the tuning, that Harman tuning, it's going with. It kind of like dropped the dynamics. Now, you know, the company Moondrop, they say the sensitivity of this earphone is 122 dB. 122 dB sensitivity is incredibly supposed to be easy to drive. I do not understand how this earphone is so difficult to drive, and it makes it congested with amping. And if you run it with more powerful amp, it starts distorting at high volume, which is another problem. So I don't know. I really don't know where to rate this. The highs is not that extended because every other review said this, it is not tuned to have extension. It's a warm tonality, so we are not looking at the best highs here. But other than that, I would say this earphone is average, just like the title of this video would suggest. It's an average earphone. It is not anything record breaking, it is not mind blowing. It is okay for what you can expect from it. Will it win every award on the market to being the best of the best? Nope. In fact, no. But it is okay. $80 is, for this sound quality, I'd say $80 is too much, because I would show you another earphone that is way cheaper that sounds a lot better than this earphone. But we'll get to that in the next video. So this is my review for the Moondrop Aria. Do check the link in the description for the product if you want to purchase it. Do subscribe to our channel, do like our content, follow us on social media. I'll see you guys next time.